Hello friends and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. In today's video I wanted to film a palette bingo with my top 3 Oden's Eye palettes. I really do love Oden's Eye. The quality is amazing. I love colorful makeup and almost all their palettes are very bright and very colorful. So I absolutely love them. And I will actually film a ranking as well of all my 13 Oden's Eye palettes. I will film this after this look. And I will rank all these palettes, and this ranking video will be live next Wednesday. So I actually want to start to upload twice a week, Wednesday and Sunday. So I'm very excited to do that. And yeah, I want to show you a look with my top 3 palettes. I will not tell you which is number 1, 2 or 3 yet. You have to watch next week, so we just use a random number generator by Google, and I will start with the 2 bigger palettes that have 16 pens. The one bigger palette I have is the Christmas Eve palette. So this palette looks like this. I will do 2 shades per palette. So I hope you can see, now you can see. So we have 11. So number 11 is this shade right here. It's called Wonderful. This is actually one of the shades of the palette that I haven't used that much. And I will just swatch these shades on the back of my hand. Oh, that's actually a very pretty shade. I just feel like compared to the other shimmers in the palette, it isn't that exciting. The other shimmers are definitely way more exciting to me than this shade. But I'm very excited that I'm now using it in this look. So now let's generate the number for the second shade. It's the number 15, so it's the shade Night Sky right here. Very deep, a very deep teal shade. So I just fixed my lighting a little bit. I just felt like I look a little dark in the viewfinder. So these are the first 2 shades. I already like them. I hope I get a lighter blending out shade. And now let's do the shades for the Little Ghost palette by Oden's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. I love this palette. I mean, I love all 3 of these palettes because they're my top 3. But this color story is so beautiful because there are blues in it. And if you know me, I love blues. So let's do the random number generator for this palette, and it's the number 5. So we get a nice pastel purple shade. This one right here. It's called Skeleton, and yeah, I'm happy that I got an inner corner highlighter. This shade is very pretty. It's almost a white with a little bit of purple lavender in it. It's a very nice shade. I really do like it. Now let's generate the second shade for this palette. And it's the 16. It's this shade right here, this nice burgundy shade. It's called Broomstick. I really like this red and this teal together. Will it look a little Christmassy? Yes, but I think this will be a very nice smoky look. Last but not least, the Planet Spirit palette by Oden's Eye in collaboration with Betty Jean. I really love this palette. This is such a nice summer palette to me, and I really hope that we will get a lighter blending out shade for those 2 deep matte shades we are already having here. So this palette has 10 shades, so I set the random number generator to 10. And now let's just generate the 2 colors we're using. It's the number 5 So it's this very nice, very yellow gold shade. It also has a little bit of a pink shift into it. It's called Majestic. So actually this is one of my favorite shades in this palette, and I mixed it a little bit with the teal, oh no. But it's just so stunning. So now let's do the second shade for this palette. It's the number 7. Oh, this is a nice shade. It's the green shimmer shade right here. It's called Familiar, and I would just swatch it for you. This is giving Christmas vibes. I feel like it's a very cohesive color story actually, maybe except for this purple shade right here. It's not going super well with the color story I've created, but I think we can work. I zoomed you in a little bit so you can see better, and I think I have a very good idea how I can create a decent look with the color story we did. So I will start with the Christmas Eve palette. I'm grabbing the shade A Night Sky, the very deep teal we got. And I'll start with it on a eyeliner brush. I'm starting by putting this down as an eyeliner, and then when I placed it, I will blend it out to do a smoky liner look with this shade. This is definitely a color story which I wouldn't picked myself, if I'm going to be totally honest. So it's a lot of fun to create a look with this unusual color combination. I will do the same on the other eye. So I'm taking this small, flat and a little dense brush. You also could use a pencil brush, for example, to do this. And I'm just blending this shade out to make it very smoky. Actually, this shade blends very nicely for being such a deep shade. I'm very impressed. Like, this is one of the shades of this palette that I haven't used a lot, because this palette has a lot of blues in it, and you know I love blues. So a lot of the times when I use this palette, I just use the blues. That's just how it is. But this shade is stunning as a smoky eyeliner. It's very pretty. Oh my god. So I'm also blending it on the other side, and I always feel like if you use a more dense brush to blend out the more deeper shades, it's always a lot easier, and they always blend a lot better if you use a denser brush to blend them. You definitely want to use little pressure, but the density of the brush, I feel like it really helps blending. The blend doesn't need to be perfect as well, because we're going back in with the green shimmer we got from the Betty Bean palette. So I have this brush here I carved out my brows with. There's just a tiny bit of concealer left on there, and I just want to clean this look up a tiny bit. And I definitely want to put this teal shade on my lower lash line as well. So I'm taking this brush we used for blending, and I take a little bit of the teal shade on it, and I just put it on the lower lash. I'm taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just blending the lower lash line out. And I'm so excited that the deep teal shade is so blendable. It's so blendable by itself. It's incredible. I also want to blend a little bit more the smoky liner. So I want to perfect the blend a little bit. So I'm using the light pastel shade we got from the Little Ghost palette, and I just take a tiny bit on the blending brush, and I'm just going around the edges. This is the nice thing about this pastel we got. It's almost white, so I can use it pretty much to blend out every single other shade. I feel like we blended away a lot of the deep green shade. I just want to go back in with my liner brush and some more of the deep shade, and I just want to re-intensify it, especially along the lash line and a little bit of the wing. It just needs to get a little re-intensified. Next, I will focus on the red we got from the Little Ghost palette. So I will use a pencil brush for this, and I will put it a little bit on the tip, and then I'm going to put it right in this front part here, and I create this shape. And I actually will cut this with concealer afterwards, make it like a cut crease, but just in front of the eye. And I'm trying to get this as symmetrical as I possibly can. So I think it's somewhat decent. Okay, so I start blending this out with the pencil brush, and I'm just taking a little bit more product if I need to. I think even if you don't get it symmetrical at the first time, with blending and building up, you can still get a somewhat symmetrical look. So don't stress too much about getting something symmetrical at the first time. And this is actually what I don't like that much with graphic liners, because if you do not get them symmetrical at your first try, it just doesn't look as good. Because if you try to make them more symmetrical afterwards, you're just always getting a bigger eyeliner, and you, especially if you apply the graphic liner on top of an eyeshadow look like this, for example, you just cannot correct it a lot, because you have the eyeshadow underneath that would get destroyed if you would correct your mistakes. So that's the problem with that. I just want to use a fluffy brush. I cleaned it a little bit so the green pigments aren't in there, and I'm just using the skeleton shade again, and I'm just blending out this red. I will take a little bit of my Dior concealer. I just want to cut. I'm pretty happy with the cut I did, and I just want to use a very tiny brush, and I just want to re-intensify the red. So now I'm going back in with the pencil brush, and I'm just trying to blend this properly. So now I wanted to go into the Betty Jean Planet Spirit palette, and I'm actually going to use the flat brush I applied the concealer with, and I'm using the shade Majestic, this beautiful yellow leaning gold shade. So I'm picking it up with this brush, and I will spray that brush with a little bit of setting spray, and I will actually go along the cut crease with this shade. So I'm also placing this gold shade in the front part of the eyelid, and I'm just blending it into the green a little bit. By the way, we have construction work going out there. It's a little bit annoying. I do hope it is not too loud and it's not annoying you. I can change it. even I wish I could. So now I'm taking this shade right here called Familiar. I will use this flat but a little bit fluffy brush, and I'm just taking this shade on this brush. I'm spraying it a tiny bit, and I'm going with this shade between the gold and the matte. With the brush I applied the green shimmer with. I'm going on top of the gold to blend those two shimmer shades together. And then I'm using the brush I applied the gold with, and I'm doing the same thing so they're blended together seamlessly. So taking the brush I applied the deep green matte with, and I'm just try to blend the green matte or the teal matte and the green shimmer together. So I quickly cleaned the tiny brush I applied the red with. Now I'm taking this Wonderland shade and I'm just popping it onto the lower lash line. So I was very lucky to get this skeleton shade. It helped blending. It is my inner corner highlighter. It didn't save the look, but it made it a lot easier. So I'm just taking it on a small brush and I'm popping it into the inner corner. I feel very good about this look. So just let me put on a little bit of mascara, something in the waterline, and then I will be right back. So this is the finished look. So I really like the look I created with these 3 palettes. I'm very excited to wear this look the entire day. I haven't applied a highlighter yet because I thought maybe I will pull a eyeshadow that I can use as an highlighter as well. So I didn't, but I feel like the Betty Jean palette has this multi-chrome shimmer. It is from pink to green, and I think this will go very nicely with this red and green look. So I will apply this one as a highlighter now. I just popped this shade on my cheeks, and I really love a pink highlighter like this. I also will put it on the bridge of my nose a tiny bit, and that completes this look. As I said, I really enjoy this look. I really do like it. So first I thought with these colors maybe it would be nice to put the green on my upper lid and the reds on the lower lash line, but then I had to question what will I do with the purples. So I ended up with this idea, and I think it's very pretty. And please let me know what would you have created with this color story. I'm very curious to know if you would have created like say the same or a similar look, or if you would have created something completely different. Please let me know in the comments. And as I said, now I will be filming the ranking of my Oden's eye palettes, and I'm very excited for this. And this ranking video will be up next Wednesday. So if you're interested in this ranking video, please subscribe so you will get notified when I post that. So with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, it would help me out a lot. And yeah, I hopefully will see you in my next video. Bye!